Steve Torrence is your Top Fuel winner. It is his first win and second final of 2017. His first win. Most recent final round was in Houston just a week ago. Pretty much a rematch with 2 additional cars. Crew chiefs are Richard Hogan and Bobby Lagana. Your second consecutive final round. Former alcohol dragster world champion Steve. You guys break through here at the 4 wide. And Ron referenced it. You guys were racing for something a little bigger here this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, you come out here and you spend every weekend with these guys. These guys become your family, and more like brothers. I mean, we look after each other, we take care of each other, and these guys, I trust these guys getting in and out of that race car with my life. And you form that bond, and when anybody's down, you're there to support them. And one of the main guys on our team lost his mother last night. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to have my mom to come to all the races and hang out with me. And she's the mom to all these guys out here too. She's Mama Kay. So, you know, it makes you take a look at what you have, not take it for granted, be very thankful and appreciative for it. Justin Crosland had to leave before the final round. We were sitting in the staging lanes. He had a flight to catch, so we told him we'd be getting the trophy for him, and we were able to go out there and get it done. And that's, you know, at the end of the day, like what Ron said, we have sponsors and we have a lot of people out here that we're doing this for, but we're also driven and motivated from ourselves. I mean, who gets to be a race car driver and come out here and the drive and the competitiveness that it takes to succeed and to do well. And you know, I pick on those Schumacher cars, and it's fun. Tony, he's been out here a long time. He's accomplished a lot. Leah's a great driver. She's done a lot. Antron is my brother. He just cooked in the oven a little bit longer. But you know, I've been talking a little trash, but you know, one of the things, it was 2012, my first race ever. I won that against Tony Schumacher in the final, and it was 1 year before that Don Schumacher and I sat down, and he told me, he says, you can't come out here and you can't do this on your own and be competitive with these multi-car teams. And I'll just be honest with you, it pissed me off. And I'm here to tell him that I can, and we have, and we're going to continue to do so.
Questions from the media, name and affiliation. Go ahead.
Jacob Seelman, Performance Motorsports Network. Steve, I've heard a lot of people come in here this weekend and talk about how special this event is. It's the only time of the year you guys get to go 4 wide. There's a lot of different aspects to it. Where does this one rank in the career accomplishments for you, and especially knowing some of the guys you beat in that final today, and girl, Leah?
This is top of the list. I mean, this is the same as winning a race that you had to pedal it every round, or you won on hole shots every round. This is a driver's race. We race 24 races a year, and one of them we race 4 wide. So it's completely different. When you come in here, you are mentally challenged. You are doing everything you can. The crew chiefs, the guys, they're having to tune off of 1 lap in every lane, and it's difficult. And so when you can come out and do that and run as well as we did, and stay focused to be on the tree, because there's 2 more bulbs up there, and that's 2 more than you do for the rest of the year, and it's a little bit confusing. So I told my guys, I said, I'm going to be the last one to stage on every one of these laps, just so I know which bulb I'm on. So it clearly, if you go back and look, Gary Pritchett walked over to the car before every time we started it, and before he pulled me in the bulbs and said, okay, lane 4, lane 3, whatever lane we were in, and that way I looked at that bulb and never took my eye off of it. So it's very gratifying to come here. This is an awesome race. I mean, when you can beat 2 or 3 guys at a time, and you can beat 2 of those Schumacher cars at one time, that's even better.
And you mentioned Gary. Obviously, there's another storyline. You know, going back to last week, you versus Leah again. You guys line up. Does Gary ever look over at you and go, is there ever any extra motivation when you have to go up against Leah for you guys?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, we're on the road to go to Atlanta from here, so Gary doesn't have to worry about, you know, getting kicked out of his bedroom or anything. And I told him last week at Houston, if we won, he could come to my house and hang out. So Gary's a great guy. Lee, I've known those guys for quite a while. I mean, Gary started working with me in 2012 and has been here ever since, and is the backbone of our clutch program, a good friend, a good guy, and like I said, all these guys are brothers to me. They're not just not just crew members. And the continuity of my team is probably one of the best out there, and I think that you go back and you look at the Schumacher team when Tony won all the championships with AJ, and those guys were there. They worked together day in and day out for years, and that's what it takes to be able to come out and be a championship caliber team and not make mistakes. And those guys have got my back 100% of the time.
Stan Creekmore. Question for Steve Torrence.
Stan Creekmore with Outside the Box. So of the 3 runs, which was the most challenging?
Every one of them, because I had to figure out where I was at.
Okay, but once you had that figured out.
Probably the first run was the most challenging, just because you come out here and it's first round. You're excited, you're ready to go, but the whole while you're thinking, okay, don't screw up because this is real now. This isn't qualifying. I got to make sure that I don't get timed out. I go in, and Hogan, he's going to chew on you if you take any from him on the starting line. So I waited till the final and snuck a little bit away from him. Probably the most relaxed in the final round. Went up there and knew that I had a really good race car. Felt the most comfortable in lane 1 or 4, and we were in 4. So just went up there and drove and did my job and did what I was expected of. These guys have given me a race car all day. I just had to do the job and get it done.
Okay. Steve, you mentioned that your conversation with Don Schumacher motivated you in many ways, but in some ways you're following in his footsteps in that there are several teams out here that give you credit for them being here. Scott Palmer has told me without what the Capco team does and helps out, they couldn't be doing what they're doing. Of course, Don Lagana, Bobby Lagana, they say the same thing about you, and whether it's parts or pieces that would normally cost $20, they get it for less. You are helping out some of the smaller teams that wouldn't be involved in the sport without you. Is that extra gratification for you, and why do you make a point to do that? You, your dad, to help out some of these guys that are trying to be here, working so hard to be here, and they're giving you guys credit for them being able to be here.
As far as Bobby and Dom, nobody lives and breathes drag racing as much as those 2 guys. You cannot have a conversation with them that doesn't revert to drag racing. That's all they think about. That's all they live it and breathe it. Scott Palmer, that guy has worked so hard for so many years to be where he's at, and he struggled, and it doesn't take much to just go over there next door, help the guy out, steer him in the right direction. And I've been very fortunate and blessed to have good people, and we just do what we can to keep that guy out there, because the sport needs more cars. It needs more people involved, and Scott's doing absolutely everything he can, and he's making good, respectable runs and running out there, and we're trying hard to get him that first 70. But Dom, heck, I was worried about Dom this morning because that guy's good on the tree and their car's running pretty good. I was thinking, heck, I got to get ahead of this guy. But those two gentlemen right there are family. They came over, I don't even know how many years ago, and we'll fight and we'll cry and we'll argue and threaten each other and all that. But at the end of the day, that's nobody else can do it, just us. So those are really good people. I enjoy them, and I'd like to see other people be able to come out here and do what they love and be successful at it. And so if there's anything that we can do to help, we always try to help somebody.
And final question. I get the pleasure to see the drivers when they come out. I got to tell you, there were times over the course of this weekend, you didn't look like you were loving 4 wide too much. Do you love it now?
Oh, I love it now for sure. It's just, you get mad at yourself because you go up there and you think, well, heck, I should have been better than 80, or I should have done this or what. But, that's what makes winning this race very, very gratifying, is being able to overcome those challenges and overcome the mental aspect of it, because that's what this is. This is difficult. You go up there and you got 4 stage balls. You don't know which lane you're in. And when you're in the middle, they're on the opposite side of the tree. And I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, much less do all this stage and stuff. So, yeah, no, it was very gratifying. I enjoy racing here. It's fun. And like what Ron said, it doesn't carry any weight for the countdown. It's fun to do. I'm glad I didn't get to watch it, but it's really cool to watch.
Thank you, Steve. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you guys very much.